in the video you have seen, children, oxygen and hydrogen gives you water molecule. Oxygen and hydrogen gives you water molecule. So in the beginning, what is there? Only O2 is there, hydrogen H2 is there, and this is giving you H2O. Correct? But you can see, children, here I have added 2, and here also I have added 2. Now what is the reason that I have added this 2? I have added this 2 so that the molecules before the reaction become same as the number of molecules after the reaction. So before the reaction we had two atoms of oxygen, and here we are having only 1. So that is the reason when I put this 2, now it becomes 2 each. 2 atoms on the left hand side and 2 atoms on the right hand side. Same for hydrogen also, children. When you see hydrogen, only 2 are here, but on this side, because for oxygen I have put 2, now total hydrogen, how much it has become? It has become 4. So what should I do? On the left hand side I have put this 2. So now let us count the number of hydrogen atoms. 2 into 2 is 4, and here also you are getting 4. So this equation is now balanced. So number of atoms before the reaction is same as number of atoms after the reaction, and this is coming under the law of conservation of matter. Clear? Which is also called as law of conservation of mass. Next, children, next reaction. Reaction between magnesium and oxygen, which gives you magnesium oxide. In the beginning, how it was? It was only magnesium, oxygen, which gives you MgO. Now here you can see 2 is extra, and here also this 2 is extra. The reason why this 2 is brought is to balance the equation in order to get the same number of atoms before the reaction and also after the reaction. So let us check with magnesium. So let us check with oxygen. Here oxygen we have 2 atoms, and here we had only 1. So what I have done to make it 2, I have written here 2. So now oxygen is balanced. When I am balancing oxygen, my magnesium has now become 2. So on the left hand side I have added this 2. Now the equation is balanced. I hope it is clear. Now coming to law of constant proportion, let us take water again. Okay, let us take water again. Children, water molecule, your water molecule is made up of H2O. Water molecule is made up of H2O, which contains 2 atoms of hydrogen. So 1 into 2, it becomes 2. Why this 1 has come? Atomic mass or atomic weight of hydrogen is 1. And how many atoms are there in water molecules? 2. So 1 into 2 gives you 2. In water molecule, only 1 oxygen atom is there. So the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Correct? Now let us check the proportion. 2 by 16. This 2 is for hydrogen and this 16 is for oxygen. So when we take the ratio of the weights, it comes to 1 by 8. And 1 by 8, the proportion is called as 1 is to 8. Is called as 1 is to 8. And 1 molecule of water contains 1 part by weight of hydrogen, 8 parts by weight of oxygen, which gives you 9 grams of water. Okay, children. Now coming to carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, children, carbon plus oxygen gives you carbon dioxide. You can see here carbon dioxide contains 1 carbon atom whose atomic mass is 12. Okay, oxygen, you can see 2 oxygen are there. So atomic mass 16 multiplied by 2. Why this 2? Because 2 oxygen. So 16 into 2 gives you 32. Now let us take the weight. Weight of carbon upon weight of oxygen, which is present in carbon dioxide molecule. So now let us break 12 by 32. 12 4 into 3, and 32 we are breaking as 4 into 8. So you get it as 3 is to 8. So the proportion by weight of carbon dioxide is 3:8. Now how you are getting 44 grams of carbon dioxide, children? We have to add carbon, that is 12, with oxygen, that is 32. So the total weight comes out to 44 grams. Comes out to 44 grams. So in oxygen, in water, the proportion is 1:8. In carbon dioxide, the proportion is 3:8. Okay, it's 3:8. Now children, pay attention. In the video for 4.1, instead of using calcium sulfate, children, we have made use of barium sulfate solution. We have made use of barium sulfate solution. Okay.